The crystalline halls of the Galactic Council chamber hummed with anticipation as Ambassador Anna Chen stepped through the massive doorway. Her black diplomatic uniform bore Earth's insignia, a simple blue marble against the void, and contrasted sharply with the elaborate robes and bioluminescent displays of the alien delegates surrounding her. For 300 cycles, humanity had endured. 300 cycles since Earth had been discovered by the Council and immediately dismissed as a backwater species, barely worthy of observation status. The Council had imposed their rules. No faster-than-light travel beyond the solar system, no weapons capable of planetary destruction, no expansion beyond their single star. Humanity would remain contained, they declared, until they proved themselves civilized by Council standards. Anna had watched the recordings of that first contact 1,000 times during her training. She had seen the condescension in the eyes of the Korvathi overseer, the barely concealed amusement of the insectoid Jothic representatives. To them, humans were curiosities, violent, short-lived creatures who had nearly destroyed themselves before even leaving their cradle world. The Council recognizes the human delegation, droned Overseer Theknor, his translator rendering his gelatinous pulsing into sterile standard. You requested this emergency session. State your purpose. Anna stepped into the center of the amphitheater, surrounded by representatives of 47 species, each more advanced than humanity by millennia. Her heart pounded, but her voice remained steady. The human species formally rejects Council authority over Earth and her territories. The chamber erupted, not in anger but in laughter. The musical tones of the crystalline Learthians mixed with the guttural barks of the Korvathi. To them, this was comedy. A species barely capable of interplanetary travel, declaring independence from an institution that had maintained galactic peace for 50,000 years. Theknor's massive form rippled with what the translator interpreted as amusement. Little human, you misunderstand your position. The Council does not ask permission. We ensure order. Your species will remain restricted until you demonstrate. We're done demonstrating, Anna interrupted, her eyes blazing. For 3 centuries, we've followed your rules. We've watched our colony ships turn back at the heliopause. We've dismantled weapons that took us decades to build. We've sat in this chamber and listened to species call us primitives, warmongers, animals with delusions of sapience. She pulled a data crystal from her pocket and held it aloft. This contains a message for the Council. I suggest you listen carefully. Before anyone could respond, she activated the crystal. A holographic projection filled the center of the chamber, not of Earth, but of Oliver Reeves, commander of the United Earth Defense Fleet. He stood on the bridge of a vessel unlike anything the galaxy had seen before. Greetings, Galactic Council, Oliver's recorded voice echoed through the chamber. By the time you receive this message, the Korvathi mining operation in the Kepler 442 system will have been neutralized. Not destroyed, we're not monsters. But every piece of equipment, every ship, every mining station has been systematically disabled, and their crews evacuated to safe orbital platforms. The laughter had stopped. Theknor's form went rigid. Impossible. The Kepler operation is fortified with Council-approved defensive systems. Oliver continued as if anticipating the objection. Yes, we're familiar with them. We've been watching, learning, adapting for 300 years. While you dismissed us as primitives, humanity did what humanity does best. We innovated. The hologram shifted, showing sleek vessels emerging from what appeared to be folded space itself, not faster than light travel as the Council understood it, but something else, quantum tunneling through dimensional membranes, a technology that bypassed conventional physics entirely. You told us we couldn't have FTL, Oliver said, a slight smile on his face. So we invented something better. You said we couldn't build planet killers, so we built precision instruments capable of disabling any system without firing a single shot that could harm organic life. You restricted our expansion, so we learned to thrive in the spaces between stars, in dimensions you never thought to explore. Anna watched the faces around her shift from amusement to confusion, then to something approaching concern. The Jothic ambassador's antennae twitched frantically. The Learthian representative's crystalline structure darkened. This is an act of war, Theknor boomed. The Council will respond with what? Anna's voice cut through the chamber like a blade. 300 years ago, you could have crushed us. We were divided, aggressive, barely holding our world together. But you gave us something more valuable than technology, more powerful than any weapon. You gave us a common purpose. She gestured at the hologram, which now showed not just Oliver's fleet, but hundreds of vessels emerging from Earth's orbital shipyards. Not warships, but colony ships, research vessels, exploration craft, an entire civilization ready to spread across the stars. You united humanity, Anna continued. Every nation, every culture, every person on Earth looked up at the stars and saw the same thing. A galaxy that said we didn't belong. So we proved you wrong, not through conquest or violence, but by becoming better than you imagined possible. Oliver's message continued. As of this moment, Earth claims no territory beyond what we currently occupy. We seek no empire, no dominion over other species. But we will no longer be caged. We will explore, we will expand, and we will take our place among the stars. Not as subjects of the Council, but as equals. The hologram flickered, showing peaceful first contact scenarios. Human ships approaching neutral worlds, offering trade, technology, cooperation. No weapons fire, no threats. Just open hands extended to the galaxy. The Korvathi miners are safe, Oliver said. Scared but safe. Consider this our demonstration. Humanity could have struck at Council worlds. We could have retaliated for 3 centuries of humiliation. Instead, we removed your operation from a system you had no right to occupy. Kepler 442 is within what should have been our expansion zone. And we did it without harming a single being. Anna took a deep breath. The Council can accept humanity as equals, or you can try to stop us. But know this. We didn't become strong by building better weapons. We became strong by surviving you, by uniting under pressure that would have shattered most species, by turning every restriction into a challenge to overcome. Teknor's form pulsed with agitation. The Council will convene. This unprecedented situation requires deliberation. You have 1 standard cycle, Anna said. After that, the first wave of colony ships launches with or without Council approval. We're done asking permission to exist. As she turned to leave, she heard whispers spreading through the chamber. Not anger, but something else. Respect, perhaps. Or fear, maybe both. On the voyage back to Earth, Anna received a private communication from Oliver. His face appeared on her screen, exhausted but smiling. How did it go? They're terrified, she said. Not of our weapons, but of what we represent. A species that was supposed to stay contained, that wasn't supposed to matter. Oliver nodded. 300 years ago, we were our own worst enemy. The Council thought that's all we'd ever be. They never expected us to direct that competitive fire outward, to turn our survival instinct into something constructive. Do you think they'll accept us? Anna asked. I think we just taught the galaxy an important lesson, Oliver replied. Never underestimate a species with something to prove, and never ever back humanity into a corner and expect us to stay there quietly. 6 cycles later, the Galactic Council formally recognized Earth's sovereignty and lifted all restrictions on human expansion. 47 species had voted in favor, not because they suddenly respected humanity, but because they had finally understood what makes humans dangerous, not their weapons, not their technology, but their absolute refusal to accept limits imposed by others. As the first colony ships departed for distant stars, Anna stood in Earth's orbital command center beside Oliver, watching humanity finally claim its birthright. The galaxy had tried to contain them, to keep them small and manageable. The galaxy never expected Earth to strike back, not with violence, but with something far more powerful. Determination, innovation, and the unshakable human belief that we deserve a place among the stars. And now nothing could stop them.